Hey everyone, Bluesian here. Just gonna make a quick response to the new thread started by JasonsVinylObsession. He just posted a one question video about who your favorite female artists are. So he literally just posted it. So I'm just gonna try to make this response really quick and upload it. But I do listen to a lot of female artists. And I have many that I love, but at the top of my head, I'm pulling things out. I'm just gonna, pull out like 5 or 6 or so, I think. But hope you guys enjoy it, and I will start with Beth Orton. She's one of my favorites, but I don't own anything of her physically. Like I don't own any vinyl or CDs or anything, which I should, but the vinyl's really hard to come by, and just don't happen to own any CDs. But I do have her catalog digitally, but it's not the same, obviously. But so I thought I'd just talk about her first, since I don't want to forget her, since I don't have anything in this pile over here. So, but she's a singer-songwriter from the '90s up till the present day. She blends folk, pop, jazz, and electronic music together. Excellent. I hit an album in 1999, I believe, called Central Reservation. My favorite, features one of my favorite songs of all time, called The Sweetest Decline. Which, if you're a Ryan Adams fan, you know that he dated her, and he actually covered that song as well. But the original is just amazing, and has string arrangements and everything, and jazz-based arrangement and everything. But so I love her a lot, and she recently doing more folk-based albums. I believe Jim O'Rourke appeared on her last album, and I really just, she has a great voice. Not appreciated enough by critics, and really underrated by the mass of people, but really great artist. And so first one's Beth Orton, and second one, just pulled out a random CD. It's Stina Nordenstam. She's a Swedish singer-songwriter, kind of in the same vein as Beth Orton, but I like her more though. But she started in the early '90s, and her first couple albums were really jazz-based. This experimental singer-songwriter, but more pop-based. She did this album that I showed from '91 called Memories of a Color, and then a few years later she did And Then She Closed Her Eyes, which is her breakthrough album. Beautiful album, and featured the song Little Star, which was featured in the 90s version of Romeo and Juliet, the film, and a great song and stuff. And her later albums tend to be more experimental and noisy and more electronic, and some of them still really melodic, but not the same as the first 2 albums, which I love. It's what really got me into her, and this album is just fantastic as well. And her most jazz influenced album, probably featured in 9 tracks, and really good album. Found it for like $2 too, so it's really cool. Next, I have Liz Phair. She was most people know her from, now know her because in 2000 she kind of crossed over to more contemporary pop music for teenagers and stuff. But in the 90s she was on Matador Records, and just indie rock powerhouse, and that's it. Except the album I showed, Exile and Guyville, is just an incredible album, concept album, sort of, based off of her experiences, relationships, and whatnot. And it's all over the place. It has full band tracks, acoustic piano tracks. It's just really crazy lyrics, and So yeah, I got into her a few years ago, and just, you know, I never heard of her, just all the bad press that she was getting from the 2000s albums, but this is a great album, and I also like her other 90s albums as well, so it was fair. Yeah, I'm gonna do, it is a band but with guys in it, but the singer's female, so I might as well show it. Saint Etienne. This is a London-based band. Just started from 1990, kind of doing electronic indie pop. Fantastic album I showed. Has a cover of a Field Mice song, and really cool. And, so many influences, like there's a lot of soul and R&B influences on this record, as well as a dub influence on it. And, but this band's going strong, still out there. And, singer, it's hard to think at the top of my head sometimes. Sorry, but yeah, Sarah Cracknell is the vocalist on this record, and she just has a great voice. Saint Etienne's one of my favorite bands, and mainly because of her. She's just has a wonderful voice, and the music's great too. But I thought I'd just highlight her as being such a major part of the group. So it's Saint Etienne, one of my favorites. And I showed this record in one of my past videos, but it's Everything But the Girl. The singer Tracy Thorn, fantastic voice. Had a folk pop album in the early 80s on Cherry Red, and then called Distant Shore, and then formed Everything But the Girl, and then now she has 2 newer soul albums which are more electronic, but and she's appeared on a lot of other releases as well. But you know, with Everything But the Girl, she just, you know, instantly became one of my favorites just with her voice and great songwriting and great lyricist and everything. And so Everything But the Girl is another favorite. Next we have Joey Mitchell. This is the Mingus album I'm showing. I'm really showing that one because that's the reason why I love her so much, is because she crossed, you know, the pop territory with jazz, and yeah, I mean, and she's so underappreciated. All the albums after Cotton Spark just don't get any recognition at all, and Mingus is a great record, which was, you know, made with collaboration with Charles Mingus, so I mean, how great is that, man? I do enjoy her folk stuff as well, but she's a great songwriter and everything, but just later jazz influences are just terrific, and that's why I love her so much. So, and I'll just show one more. It's another band, but female vocals. It's the Cocteau Twins. This is a dream pop group from Scotland, who were on 480, 80s and 90s. 3 members, Robin Guthrie and Simon Raymond, and then Elizabeth Fraser's the vocalist. She's an incredible vocalist. A lot of her vocals have made up words, so it's just incredible, and she sings these beautiful melodies, and it's just amazing how she can blend the two together with the beautiful music as well. But yeah, Cocteau Twins were one of my favorite bands in high school, and I still love them a lot, but yeah, but you know, I don't know what else to say about them. If you've heard them, you know what I mean. But so those are my how many? What, 7 I think? Counted 7 female artists I talked about. I mean, there's so many more. I mean, I can even like more popular artists from, you know, the 90s, like Sarah McLachlan, and you know, even an album by Paula Cole. I mean, it's terrific. I don't know why I mentioned them out of all the other ones, but I mean, if you want to talk about popular female artists, like, they should get more recognition, because those are the albums they did in the 90s are terrific. And then, you know, talk about jazz like Ella Fitzgerald and Julie Tippett and, you know, so many others. Who else? Or, you know, Carla Bley, you know. So, but, and Dorothy Ashby, Alice Coltrane, another forgotten, kind of not female jazz artists, but, that's all for now. Great question, Jason, and I hope that you get a lot of responses for this, and I can't wait to view all of them. Thanks, bye.